Okay then, and welcome to the latest edition of Retro Gamer Magazine, and as you can see we've got a nice sparkly Windwaker cover to tie in with the HD release of the Windwaker on Wii U, although our actual feature focuses on the GameCube version. Okay then, so this is an interview with Mark Cow and looking at Putty Squad. It's out very soon on PS Vita, Wii U, funnily enough, PC, PlayStation 3 and 4, basically a whole host of formats. It's had pretty much a complete makeover compared to the original SNES game, and there's some really exciting news about the Amiga version, but I won't ruin it for you now. I'll wait until you get the actual issue. Ian Lee. This focuses on the sad loss of Blitz Game Studios, the loss of Hiroshi Yamauchi, the ex-president of Nintendo. Will be covering that more in depth next month, and the return of Shadow of the Beast. And we also take a look at Jim Bagley's new game, which is based on an old Mega Drive game he was working on back in the day, which has just come out on iOS. Paul Davies talks about how they used to receive demo games back in the day. And Back to the 80s focuses on April 1980, well, Back to the 90s looks at August 96. Reader Revival is Legend of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse for the Game Gear. Obviously, if you want to have your own stuff in the magazine, feel free to go to www.retrogamer.net for your chance to win some awesome coasters. Okay then, so this is our main feature. It's Legend of Zelda, the Windwaker, which came out on the GameCube, 11 years old this year. How time flies when you're having fun. So this obviously speaks to Eiji Aonuma, Shigeru Miyamoto, and it's a cracking look back at the actual art, the creation of the game, the whole thing of, oh, it's a cel-shaded Zelda, it must be rubbish, to, oh, actually, it's really bloody good. And I'm really pleased with the art design on this. Luc Auberger has done a cracking job writing it, and yeah, it looks lovely. So if you're a Zelda fan, you're going to love it. If you're not a Zelda fan, hopefully you'll be able to find something of interest of it, because it's a really cracking game and really does need to be experienced. Okay then, so this is Smooth McGroove. He's the latest internet YouTube sensation, and we were lucky enough to get an interview with him. He does amazing a cappella renditions of classic video game tunes, so be sure to check his channel out. And this is a look at Compilation Kings. Compilations were massively popular back in the day, particularly on 8 and 16-bit home computers. So we've been able to speak to various developers to find out why they were popular, how they were made, and where it all started to go wrong. Obviously, compilations still appear nowadays, but they're nowhere near as popular as they used to be. This is a really cool Atari 8-bit company. Well, they specialised in Atari 8-bit stuff before eventually moving over to the Commodore 64. They're known as English Software. And they actually made a game I used to enjoy back in the game called Night Games. I never realised it was actually by them. I didn't really have a lot of interest in Atari 8-bit back in the day, because all of my friends had Amigas, Amstrads, Spectrums and Commodore 64s. But it's been something that we've been looking into over the past 6 months, and we're obviously trying to get more and more content about this system in the magazine, because it really is a cracking little device. Geo Pocket, another system we don't really tend to cover, so I spoke to one of our freelancers, asked him to come up with something, and he focused on Gauss Fighters, which is a really good beat 'em up, a genre that the machine excelled in because of its really cool little joystick. And this is the Ultimate Guide, and this month we're looking at Strider. It's just been announced as, obviously by Capcom, it's coming out early next year sometime. And it's also my favourite game, so it's always nice when your work ties in with your home interests. And what we've done with this is we've got a cool little exclusive photo of Strider's creator, courtesy of John Szczepaniak, who's currently out there interviewing him for his new book. And we've also looked at all the coin-op conversions. Now, we've had various readers asking for a comparison page where we look at all the different systems, so we'll hopefully be doing an Ultimate Guide every month going forward. And the next one is Forgotten Worlds, sorry. And we've got an interview with Paul Cole, who worked on the Commodore 64 version of the game, which is a little slow, but a lot better than I remember it to be. Moving on, we've got Tabal 2, a really cool PlayStation 1 game, that never came out over here. And this is Bomboozle, a cracking game that came out on the Commodore 64 and the Atari ST and Amiga. And Tony Crowther worked on it. And it's a really good little puzzle game. If you've not played it, check it out. And this is the Fairchild Channel F. Now, this is a console which completely bypassed me back in the day. Although I do remember the joysticks for some reason, probably because they look so weird. But this has been put together by Marty Goldberg. He does some great articles for us. So I think you'll find this really interesting. It's a fascinating read, and it's one of the most important consoles around because basically it pretty much packaged up the cartridges that we all take for granted nowadays. And this is really cool as well. A look at the actual system, its joystick. Okay then, Command & Conquer Red Alert's all the best moments from it. Cracking game from Westwood Studios. And we've got a Rambo feature to time with the fact that there's a brand new Rambo game out later in the year. So we thought it would be quite cool to get Martin Carroll to basically brave the old games, and he's also managed to track down a couple of developers who worked on Rambo First Blood Part 2 and Rambo 3. And it's surprising how many Rambo games there actually are. Okay then, this is the Unconverted, which looks at a load of Atari games that never got converted from the home to the home. And the Bluffer's Guide this month focuses on RPGs, so obviously looks at all the Western and Eastern RPGs ranging from Art of the Beholder to Final Fantasy. And we've got an interview with Joshua Sawyer, who's currently working on Project Eternity, which recently had its, some while back now, had its Kickstarter funded. And this is a selection of classic RPG heroes from back in the day. Okay then, more Atari love. This time the Atari 7800. It's a machine which didn't really get the love it should have deserved, primarily because of when it came out. It has got a lot of really good conversions though, particularly arcade conversions, and you know, if you have the opportunity to basically track down this machine, whether via emulator or via eBay, I highly recommend you do it. Gribbly's Day Out. This is Andrew Braybrook's first game. Really good Commodore 64 game, full of all his trademark stuff like slick graphics, really super smooth, silky scrolling, and we also look at the Archimedes version that came out. And this is an interview with Nigel Alderton, who's best known for his brilliant platformer Chucky Egg on the Spectrum. It's 30 years old now, something which Nigel didn't realise when we spoke to him. And yeah, we got a cracking interview with him looking at basically the few Spectrum games he made, as well as the Amstrad conversion of Ghouls and Ghosts. No, Ghosts and Goblins, sorry. Bishy Bashy Special, really good PS1 party game. And then we take a look at Rayman Legends, which is absolutely phenomenal. Castle of Illusion, which isn't getting the love I feel it deserves, which is why I gave it the most space here. Windwaker HD, Astro Wars, Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate, Chaos Engine, and Diablo 3. There's a really good Alien 8 conversion on the Atari 8-bit that's just come out. And we've also got an interview with the coder who made Bruce Lee 2 on the Atari 8-bit as well. Letters, and next month, where we've got a History of Impossible mission, the 3DO feature, it's finally going to be with us. Unfortunately, the film licenses have been pushed back, but we have got Echo the Dolphin, Software Creations, Forgotten Worlds, Apple II, Phil Tossell, Commodore 64 games that never reached the home, and a making of Grand Theft Auto 3. So that's your lot for this issue. It will be out on sale on Thursday, although subscribers should receive it any time now. This is Darren Jones from Retro Gamer Magazine. Thanks ever so much for your time. I'll be back with more videos soon. Bye then.